I'm going to show you a little setup trick somebody showed me. I'm going to do it the cheater way because it's just easier right this minute. I put 2 sheets of duct tape down. Painter's tape. I dab some glue on it. Close the glue up. I'm going to flip this thing over and line the tape up and put the tape on top of the tape and let that set up a few minutes. Okay, while that thing's setting up, I'm going to take you for a little tour. Over here is Repeater host is my CNC operating software that I'm using. Let's see if I can move a little bit to get a little bit closer in here. See if I can get you a little bit closer look. I can probably even do that maybe. Let's see. It won't let me do that. Anyway, there's the software. Oh, that got bright. That washed out terrible, didn't it, guys? That's a little better angle. Anyway, so when you move around this screen right here, you can manually move around, and like you move that button and it makes the machine move. So I'm gonna turn the machine around and let you watch. Okay, I'm gonna move that button again. You ready? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manually take the buttons and I'm gonna line up on the corner of this piece of material that I've got working right here. A little far, go back about that, and go this way about that maybe. You got to go up just a smidge. Now I'm going to drop the pen off, cap off the marker. It's late at night and I don't want to run the router and make all that noise, so I'm going to do this, make something beautiful and artistic. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that marker on in and touch it down on that corner right there. Come over. See where we're at. Okay. We're going to bring it back this way just a smidger. And we're going to take this down and put it let's check what we got. We're going to make a mark. I think we're going to make a mark. Okay, now back over to that's got us set up on our piece of work to work with our work, okay? Now, watch what's going to happen right here. What I'm going to do is I've got this thing set up on my #1 script button. When I hit it, you watch this. This is the position I'm in right now, and that's where it's at, and I'm going to hit this. And that zeroes me to that piece of work where I'm at right now. That's my starting point to start working. Now, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to load. And I'm going to put in this file right here, which is something I know what it is. And y'all have to look at it and see what it is. So, and simple as that, I've already got it all configured and ready to go. So, I'm going to hit start print. As soon as I hit start print, we're going to run for the machine so you can see it go. Okay, so let me get the camera in my hand. I'm going to hit the start print button. We're going to raise it and get right as quick as we can. It's kind of getting that pen real hard. There we go. We took some pressure off of it. I guess I set the zero a little low there, guys. And we're just going to let it do its little thing here. And see if it'll draw a picture. Oh, look at that. The telephoto's actually working now. I can bring you on in and let it get a little tighter to the draw. Now what I done is I just stuck a pin in here to have something to work with. About as far in as I can get right there. I'm going to let it run, let you watch it run, and then after it gets done drawing apart, I will show you around the machine and how everything works and stuff, okay? So it's taking this little thing on these little precise parts. It takes a little time to draw. This is the first time I've drew anything right out in the middle of the table. I've been drawing everything over in the left corner, right at the home position. So this is a new one. It looks like it's doing a pretty darn good job of making round circles and and then making all the other little things like it's supposed to. So let's see how this looks. Now what I'm running is, I'll show you the control board when this thing gets done here. I'm running one of the new SKR 1.3 big tree boards. It's a 32-bit controller. It seems to be okay now that I've figured out how to operate it and get it programmed in firmware. I have to warn you, if you buy one of those, be wary of the SD card that comes with it, because, well, the one I had caused me a lot of headaches, folks. There we go. We're about to finish out on this right here, and it's going to return back now to what was our home position when we started. Now, that's where we told it to start, so that's what it knows is a home position, correct? So, then we'll back up here. Let me back the camera out. I'm so darn close, can't even see. Okay, now, I can't do a complete homing operation because the Z-axis has a marker on it, and a marker's not going to do a very good job of touching that little touch plate right over there and making that work. So that's a magnet. It sticks to the drill bit when the bit gets there, the cutter bit, and then it touches down on the plate and automatically zeroes the machine out. But right now we're going to let it zero out the X and the Y axis both. So we're going to zero X. And then we're going to zero the Y. And it's set. Now, if the router was in here, the router bit would be right here, and it would be against this magnet. And when it touches this magnet right here, and it comes up and down and touches this plate, that's when it sets zero at 3.18 from that point, I think it is. I have to check it and see. Anyway, let me see what else we got here. Okay, let's take you over here and show you. This is the main, well, there's my little ducky that comes with my circuit board. I'd rather had a really good SD card, but I guess we'll have to work. Here's a little drive. Let me take you in a little closer look on the way that there's your stop that stops it, and a little switch it does that. Here's your motor belt that runs the system. Here's your belt right here, goes all the way to the other end. It's got cogs in it, so when it goes over this cogged wheel, that's what determines the position. It's got one here, one on the other side. It also has one on that X and one on that X way down there. And like I say, one over there and one here. So let's take you into my ugly control board. I don't have a 3D printer, so I haven't 3D printed anything for a control box yet, but this is what I've got so far here. Let me bring the camera back a little more, a little bit too close. Okay, what I've got is power switch, power cord, just take out, emergency stop button, and then my display screen, 12 648 or whatever that thing is. I don't know. Anyway, and then I made this little wooden box just to keep things in and keep the dirt away till I could make a 3D printed something or whatever. But I got a pretty good size deal to work with here. Power supply is over there, 30 amp power supply, and the SKR 1.3 board is right down here, and I hope y'all can see that okay. It's a little dark. There you are, SKR 1.3. There's X, Y, Z, X2 and Y2. Here's all your sensors. This sensor right here is coming to the Z minus. Z minus goes to that sensor right there on this little cable. So I thought about making it where it was portable and I could move it and set it different places, but after I got to messing with it, I was using it with the router and I kept coming back home and at this same spot, and it just automatically would stick, it stays, and it just works so good. So I'll put the router back in and do a little footage of that too, so you can see what that looks like. So okay guys, let me set it up for that for you and let you see what it's going to look like.